Hello and welcome to 500 days of cummer, the pre-harvest episode. You may wonder why I'm in such good spirits tonight, and it's because I've got a delicious apple crumble. Yes, that's right, harvest season is incoming. And how that relates to my fertility. Let's get into it. This video is uncut, so take your time, be patient. And I'm putting this out there for the other transgender people, like myself, who may want to go off of their feminizing hormone therapy to regain fertility. I am a now 29-year-old transsexual woman, or transgender as you want to call it, or a woman of trans experience, or just a girl, who has been on hormones for 6.5 years when she decided, had been on hormones when she decided that actually she does care about maybe having children in the future, and also did not want to rule out having biological children. So I did go off of hormones completely on April 11th. It is now December 11th, so a lot of months ago, a lot of months. I think it's like 8. I think it's 8. And we're here. I'm still off of hormones. Sorry, the light is very bright, and when I look down, the rest of the room isn't that bright, so when I look down, it takes me time to get oriented. What is the current status? I'm fertile. What can I say? I'm calling it the pre-harvest season because I am fertile and had some of my specimens, some of my juices frozen. However, my sperm count is my salamander, it's a German word, right? My lizard count, my swimmer count. My swimmer count is very low. They move normally, they have good motility, they look pretty, but their count is just very low, like 800,000 compared to like 10 to 18 million in an average load. So that's what's up. But I do want to say that it is enough for the cryobank to work with it, and the cryobank has frozen the sample. So I can confidently tell you that I am in my last third of summer. It will not be 500 days, will approximately be 330 days of summer, which is a beautiful number. Because as of now, I will stay off of hormones for another 3 months if I can make it. If I cannot make it for less than that, and we'll have a second unit frozen with better sperm count because I have one chance at this basically, and I want it to be mucho gusto, molto bene. I have apple crumble, some water, and my little microscope. In honor of me being stupid and thinking I could be the next Michi Cardenas, I got this to look at my swimmers myself. However, it's the National Geographic Kids microscope. Get a better microscope if you do it. This was worthless. It cost me 50 bucks. How did everything work out? Which lifestyle modifications did I make that could have benefited to me being fertile after 8 months of a feminizing hormone therapy? Loose underwear and loose outerwear. I got myself a pair of baggy jeans as fast as I could, and I wore them throughout the entire summer. I did not wear tight underwear unless I went to the gym, which was like a couple of hours max at most. You see me in these, I'm not wearing, like, I keep it light, I keep it loose, I keep it easy, I keep it breezy, I keep the air flowing. Gigi Gorgeous taught me this because I watched a video because she went through the same process as I did, just with much more funds. And she after a year of being off of hormones, got told by her doctors, like, oh, you're not tucking, are you? And she was tucking, and this is why she had 0 swimmer count. So I realized it super early and made the switch to loose-fitting underwear. I think the camera's over there. Loose-fitting underwear. Loose-fitting underwear. And I think this has really, actually, really been part of why I was successful. Because I stuck to it. And I know that even like loose-fitting boxers versus tighter boxer briefs have an influence on the sperm count in healthy adult human. Males, for anyone that's like not watching but only listening. I didn't fully quit smoking until about 1.5 months ago. I did like smoking on and off, always a little bit, and then 1.5 months ago I had an epiphany. I was like, girl, what are you doing this for? Like, you really want to ruin this with fucking smoking when you know it's super harmful? So I cut out smoking 1.5 months ago. Before that I did kind of smoke on and off, to be fair. I also did smoke on for like 2 months or something, or 3, potentially. I did smoke cigarettes. No ganja. A little bit of stimulants, like from time to time, for my ADHD. But really like once a month or less, because I know read studies that Adderall usage, for example, can like decrease sperm motility and like sperm count, and it makes sense. You're introducing oxidative stress to your body. You don't want that. And also they increase your body temperature. You also don't want your body temperature to increase, because you don't want your jewel temperature to increase, because the swimmers love their 34.5 degree water, which is why they are located outside of the body, the swimming pools. Exactly. So I cut down on basically all substances. No caffeine, cut down on caffeine normally, but like really greatly reduced all substances, and just treated them as a once every 2 months like thing. I did take a fertility supplement. It's called Mastery Pro. I took it for a month. While we're on that, I remember the last video I was very euphorically stating that I started, what's that thing called again? This like pro-fertility drug. Clomiphene. I stopped because it was hell, because I could feel my testosterone like bubbling up inside of me. And I was like, even if that gives me a better chance of being fertile quicker, I can't deal with it. So I'm gonna have to go the slower route. I started going to the gym, doing like strength training. I did not do this for my fertility, but for other reasons that I will get into later. I, however, know that like increased muscle mass, better testosterone, shit like that, better like freezer. I also regularly clean the pipes, either with my trusty plumber, the maintenance man. Thanks, Bear. Or alone. How did everything work out cost-wise? I am German. I did get everything covered by health insurance. I went to my doctor, my Hausarzt, and they gave me a Verordnung or something like that, Überweisungsschein, for cryoconservation. And with that Überweisungsschein, I went to Charité. I went to Charité twice. First was the 8th of September. And they basically, the process is this: they make you sign some forms that you are not supposed to have a big O a couple of days before, like 3 to 5. They take you down to a chamber, you release your juices into a cup, they look at the cup. If the results are good, they freeze it. If not, they tell you. They tell you either way. After the 8th of September and my JO session, I got the call from them, and they told me that in the entire ejaculate they found a single unmoving sperm. And the doctor was extremely sorry for me. She's very kind, and her colleague is also extremely kind. Those are two amazing doctors. She was like, oh, I can really understand. That's so sad. That sucks so much. Maybe you should stop if it's too hard on you. But I realized like one single sperm cell after swimmer, after 6.5 years of closed pools, that is not a bad sign at all. That is a good sign. That is might be the forebringer of a prospering population. So I kept going. And on the 8th of December, or 9th of December, I think? No, 7th of December. I went there again and did the same procedure with a new Verordnung, and they found 800,000 sperm cells. Swimmers. Damn. I'm not going to get monetized anyways, but like I just want to not be like shadow banned or anything, because I do think this is an important video to make. What did I have to go through? I would describe my detransition in 3 stages. Stage 1, the estrode crash. It was a month of hell. So since I was on estradiol and nanthate, I had built up a depot in my body, and over 1 month, the depot was undepoting, and like my estrogen levels were sinking. I had the most insane dysphoria. I felt like I made the worst decision of my life, ruined my life forever. I felt ugly. My hair started falling out. Crazy mood swings. I just felt everything was going very wrong. I was very irritable. I was just so sad. I could not be alone. I was crying every day. Yeah, I was crying a lot. Like, being around people helped me a lot. I was also working on a really beautiful, beautiful production that I'm still very proud of. And my colleagues were like, especially 2 of them were like, I haven't sent really hugs and encouragement and listening and like humor, and it was amazing. But yeah, that month I cried every single day, and I felt like shit every single day, and I could feel the first effects, like I could feel the first, like, you know, detransition effects coming in, and I was like, oh my god, what if this is never going back? What if I'm just permanently like altered? And then I told myself, okay, a lot of women are permanently altered, most of them from their pregnancy. When they get children, most of them from their pregnancy. Maybe this will be mine. Maybe this will be my process. On the 29th of May, I had a doctor's appointment, and I felt like I was out of the thick of it. Through the thick of it, the doctor confirmed that I now had testosterone and estrogen levels in the range of a cisgender male. So from an endocrine standpoint, there was nothing standing in the way of the minds. No, I don't want to talk about minds, but the swimming pool being reopened. We just didn't know if any guests would come yet. And around that time, I entered phase 2, the detrans continuum. From that point on, I had pretty much it was a steady detransition line with a lot of the effects. I think it's time now to describe also what has kind of happened. The first thing I noticed was that my hip tilt changed. You know, as like a woman, you kind of stand more like this, and as a man, more like this, and you would think it's like all learned behavior, but it's not. I could literally feel my center of gravity shifting, and it's an effect that's been documented in HRT, which is coincidentally why I felt it. It might have been a placebo effect, but I could feel it. I was just not standing in my center of gravity anymore. The next thing I noticed was that my hair got much more, my hair and skin got more oily. My acne started coming back. My hair on the head crown started thinning. I had male pattern baldness before I started hormones, and yeah, it came back. I used regular minoxidil for this. Then next effect I could feel was my boobs shrinking. I was at a D cup, I'm now at a B cup, approximately. I think my rib cage has gotten wider. I actually know that I've gained 5 centimeters of like rib circumference, even though my breast got smaller. I also gained 5 kilograms. I weigh 90 now, and I think before it was 85. Yeah, my rib cage got wider, which is a very big source of dysphoria for me. My facial hair came back with a vengeance, as another trans woman has put it. I now go and have regular laser appointments every month, and every time it hurts like hell because so much of your hair has come back, which also exacerbates like the acne and like everything, and like the general feelings of uneasiness. My hairline got a little more wonky, like, and especially the hair on my crown has really thinned. Yeah. And my fucking, the junk is junking. What can I say? Ever since the swimming pools are reopened, they have been made bigger and better to accommodate the new guests that may come, and also my pipe has increased and thickened to like pre-transition levels. Yeah, everything is basically kind of like it was before. My big O's have also changed in quality, so they're very fun now though. I'm having a good time. Yeah, my voice might have gotten a bit deeper, I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel like I might have gotten a bit more of a brow ridge, but that could also be facial redress, fat ridge. I think I've gotten a tiny bit more brow ridge, to be honest. Yeah, my face is generally masculinized because of the fat redistribution. The fat has redistributed. And all of these effects I can notice much more than other people. But yeah, they have had a great impact on my confidence, pertaining like everything in the like dating market or like the dating world, and like attractiveness and like sexuality and stuff like that. What else? Oh yeah, basically I'm hairier all over my arms. I have to pluck my chest hair. I started having to pluck a bit of shoulder hair. I have more dark hair here that I didn't have before. Got increased hair here. All my hair under my legs was coming back that I had lasered off before. I have like more hair here now. So yeah, fully detransition. Things that have not changed, although I asked, was like my trachea hasn't come back. I had a tracheal shave and I went to the doctor to confirm it. I was like, I feel like it's coming back, and he was like, no, it's not. That's a great result still, and just don't touch it again. It looks perfect. I think that's kind of it where I'm at with my body now. So I kind of live in a sort of like a detransy body. And yet I'm in phase 3 called Newfound Hope. The IDGAF up in here phase, because I could live my life and I only have 3 more months to go, and then I will retransition, and I'm running fine with it. What did I do? If you are trans and have heard me speak these last 3 minutes, you might be thinking, what the fuck? How on earth should I deal with this? This is horrible. Yes, it was. What did I do? I basically out-tomboyed my detransition, so I would like, I was planning to have a hot girl summer, but I kind of had like a tomboy summer. I wore like baggy clothes and like started hiding behind those baggy clothes much more, rather than the form-fitting stuff I was used to wearing. I also cut back, like I didn't date that much because I was in a monogamous thing during that time. I was glad I didn't have to date because with that confidence, no. I started working out, and I specifically did fanboy workouts where I just like trained my legs and my glutes because I needed to get comfortable in my body again, and I figured like this might actually be good like pre-work for after I retransition, because I was like, okay, I can't make my upper body shrink because I don't want to starve myself. How about I make my lower body bigger? Worked out. I looked into the mirror. I looked in the mirror much less, which is always, it's good. I mean, you in general, because you already know what you look like. Your mirror will give you back the same damn thing every day. It's much better to look outside because then you get like new impressions, and like, yeah, your mirror is just your mirror. I learned that. I had that doctor's appointment that really helped me a lot with him telling me like, no, your trachea hasn't grown back. I started to be more active in trans spaces. It's fantastic to be around other trans people when you're going through this. Not just any other trans people, but the trans people I know. They're cool and amazing. I also fell face first into wonderful new relationships. Like, oh my god, because I couldn't really rely on myself anymore. I had to like just call for support, so much support. And I got that support, and it's really beautiful. It really like helped me a lot. What else helped me deal with this? I mean, I kept up with my skincare routine. Money was also, of course, everything's easier with money, pretty much, because of the regular laser sessions, and I had a trusted relative pay for one laser session on my legs as well. I pay for the sessions on my face myself. So yeah, that's kind of helped me a lot. There were some benefits to going off of hormones that do not only include my fertility. First thing I said already, the support that I got was amazing. I learned to rely on people more. It was amazing. I love it. Oh, I'm getting tired. It does feel good to live according to your values and to basically work towards a long-term goal, knowing that you go through hardships now. It's just, I don't know, it feels much more fulfilled than like letting like fear of change or like the momentary pleasures like keep you from going for what you want. It feels amazing. And I think this whole not having the comfort in my body made me kind of excel in other areas of life, or doing what's right for me put me on the right track in general, and I feel like that kind of reflected in my acting, and made me go all out for certain things that I wanted, and really helped me to act, and got me a job that I love, and put me so much closer to my goals of the vaginoplasty than like I could have ever dreamed. I can now probably afford to have surgery at the place that I really want, as opposed to being tied by German health insurance. It's crazy, the good that just happened in the past few months. Yeah. Another sad part is sort of that I don't feel like myself in a way. Like, I've had a good time this summer, and fun, successfully and non-successfully and stuff like that. But I can just tell that me on testosterone is not really me. And I've been living with this other person now for so long. I don't know what it's going to be like when I get back on it. I think, oh my god, I don't know. But I know she's there and she's waiting to come out. it's been really, it's so strange living on the set of hormones that like don't feel right for you, because they do influence my personality, your personality. And knowing that and seeing that and still like being off of hormones, it's so wild. What's next? How do we keep going from here? On the 5th of March, there is gonna be my final swimmer collection. And then I'm gonna go back on hormones and I'm gonna retransition. And so that means we're gonna have 2 more videos, probably. The first one on around the 5th of March, and the second one a half a year later, where I will tell you about how retransitioning went, what I did to make it go very well. I do have like options that I can take biohacking wise that are just not just limited to like I'll take feminizing hormones again. Thank you so much for listening. I wrote down affirmations here. You can do this. Yes, trans people can be fertile. See what you need. Prepare for laser sessions financially, or see where you can, how you can be helped out, and go with hormones if you want to. And thank you so much again. This concludes part 2 of 500 Days of Cummer, the pre-harvest.